It's a day in the life of DC.
Hi guys.
Subscribe and join the family.
Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is DC. You're watching the life of DC. So in today's video, I'm actually going to do a quick tutorial, 1, 2, 3, very simple on how to do your eyebrows. You really only need two main products besides your brushes. You need a pomade, the one I use, I'll show, and you need some type of concealer to actually outline your eyebrows. It's very simple. It's something that you can do. As you can see, I don't have any other makeup on. It looks fine. My eyebrows looks very popping, and the rest of my face is natural. So it's still a natural look if you're a person who don't wear a lot of makeup, and even if you're a person who does wear a lot of makeup, you can still utilize this tutorial. So this is what they're looking like. They look really nice, really fresh looking. So if you're interested, keep watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get started. Threaded so you can see. This is what it looks like. So right now it doesn't look bad, but I'm gonna show you guys how to fill in your eyebrows. And also you can I do this all the time, even when my eyebrows are not fresh. You can still do the same tutorial and your eyebrows will look snatch, honey. So just so you know, I know we all go through this problem. You know, maybe you don't know how to do your eyebrows, but you know, it's real simple. This is a real simple beginner friendly tutorial. You don't even need a lot of things. But let's get started. I'm gonna tell you what you need. So you need some kind of concealer. So I like to use the Pro, if you can see that, Pro concealer. You can, what is this, LA Girl Pro concealer. You can get this from any beauty supply store. Honestly, they all sell them. Usually the one I use is either Fawn. I like Fawn. And I also use Toffee sometimes. So Toffee I would generally use in like the summer months, because you know in the summer months you get a little bit darker, a little bit chocolatey. So Toffee is good for that. It'll still pop, but it won't look crazy. And then usually like during the winter months I will use Fawn. But easy, you need some type of concealer. Then you do need this is actually a angle shadow brush, but this is what I actually like to use to actually arch my brows and like fill it in with the concealer to make it real nice, look like you got a fresh threading or fresh waxing, whatever you do. And then I also, to fill in, you're gonna need some kind of either powder or pomade. The one that I use is by Anastasia, Beverly Hills. This one is the Dip Brow pomade, and it's in chocolate. So that's what it looks like. You can see that. But you just need any type of powder would do. I know now that they sell like different types of sets that you can use that have like the concealer as well as some kind of like shadow or pomade that you can use to fill in your brows. But that's what you need. It's very simple. It's 1, 2, 3 is really anybody can do it. And then also you need some type of brush. Now I'm using this little spoolie. People usually use this for their lashes, but I use it for my eyebrows. Or you can use something like this. Does the same thing, just to brush your eyebrows into place. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's get started. Now, as you know, and I'm sure this goes for everybody else, and sorry if I look to the side, I have my little mirror over here and this is what I use to look in. But I know everybody has a star of the show when it comes to their eyebrows. You always have one eyebrow that's better than the other, and that's okay. You know, they may not be twins, but they're sisters. It's fine. So I think for me, star of the show is this one. This eyebrow usually looks really nice. This one, you gotta do a little more work. But let's get started. So normally I like to brush my eyebrows. Brush them first. So I like to brush it up in the front, and then you do the same, just brush it. Now, since I just got mine threaded, I don't have a lot of extra hair, but you do want to do this. Just brush it in the direction that you want it to go in. Now, people like different things. You might like your eyebrows to look more natural, little, you know, you don't want it to look sparse, but you don't want it to look too full. That's kind of the look that I go for. Now, if you want it to be perfect, you can't see anything, doesn't look sparse at all, then of course you might go a little heavier with your pomade. But for me, I like to do a natural brow where it looks like I just got them arched, period. So let's do that. So I'm gonna take my pomade, and you can use any type of brush. This is actually a eyeliner dual brush that I use, and I just use the end. You can use any type of brush really, just to fill in your brow. So I'm gonna dip into the pomade. All right, so I brush upwards towards the front because that's the direction I like it to go in. So you just brush it up, do it like this. Like I said, if you don't want it to look sparse and you want yours to be super full, then you'll probably go a little heavier. But since I like it to be a little sparse, I'm not gonna go that heavy. So then you have to keep dipping in. Then I go this direction to fill in the remaining part of the brows. Because like I said, I don't want it to look too sparse. I want it to be a little bit thicker than what they are naturally. So you just fill it in. So you will have to keep going, dipping into your pomade to get some more product on your brush to fill in your eyebrows. Now, as you can see, the end part of my eyebrows is really skinny. So we're gonna thicken that up just a tad bit. Now, eyebrows is all about preference. You know, some people like their eyebrows really full and thick. Some people have naturally thin eyebrows and they like their eyebrows to stay thin, or maybe you like thin eyebrows. It's all a preference. For me, I like thicker eyebrows, but I think my eyebrows used to be thicker than what it is now, but I think when I used to get, because I used to get my eyebrows waxed years ago, and I think that kind of damaged my hair follicles getting it waxed, because it doesn't grow in super thick like it used to. So for me, I have to, you know, use the pomade to get it just a tad bit thicker, and that's okay. You know, there's different ways around, you know, if you don't naturally have thick eyebrow. So just gonna fill that in. Any space that you see that you might have missed and need some more, just fill it in. Like I said, I'm gonna make it just a tad bit thicker, not really super thick, but just a tad bit thicker. This is what it's looking like right now, and this is the eyebrow I haven't touched yet. This is so far the one I filled in. So right now, it's not like a huge difference, but the concealer is what makes it pop. So normally what I do, take my concealer. This time I'm gonna use Fawn. I actually put it on my hand. So I take some, and this is probably way too much. Hold on. You don't really need a whole lot. So I take some on my hand like that. If you can see that, you guys can see that. Take some of my hand, and then I just use it to dab in it. Just dip it in the brush, and I like this angled brush because it works the best for me. Like I said, this is actually a angled shadow brush, but I love this for doing eyebrows. So I just take just a little bit, and then, sorry, like I said, I'm gonna look over here so I can see the mirror, and then you just arch out your brows. So you want to take your time because you don't want to mess up. You want to arch out the brow shape that you desire. And then you do the top, same thing on the top. Take your time, arch out the shape. And anybody can do this, you know. Anybody can trace. That's basically what you're doing, tracing your eyebrow to the desired shape. Now for me right now, since I just got my eyebrows threaded, it's not going to be that difficult. But usually if your eyebrows not freshly done, and let's just say you're not good at arching them yourself, or you know, trimming them down, you might have sparse little hairs right there, and you can use the concealer to hide that. So you just basically take the concealer and you don't want to build up too much, but you just, you know, tap it on the hairs underneath, and that will camouflage that. So it will give the appearance that you just got your eyebrows done even though you didn't. I can't tell you how many times people say, oh my god, your eyebrows look nice, you just got them done. And I'm like, no, I just, you know, I just did my eyebrows. I was like, so it gives the appearance that you just got them done. So now we're just gonna pull that product down. So don't touch the eyebrows. We're just gonna pull that product down to blend it into your skin. So I'm just, as you can see, I'm dragging it down just like that to blend it into your skin. And if you didn't use too much product and you have the right shade for your complexion, again, I say it will appear that you just got them done. Now we're going to do the top half. Top half, I usually just go back and just brush it. That line that I traced, just brush it. Lightly brush it. And sometimes it's okay. If you use too much product, you can just go in with your finger or the brush and kind of brush. Now, I brush this up. The top half, if you can see, hopefully you guys can see that. Top half, I just brush up. So it can blend into your skin. And then if you were putting on makeup, you can just finish the rest of your, you know, your makeup, and you probably don't have to worry about it. So that's what it looks like so far. Sometimes I will just blend it with my finger if I feel like it's a little too harsh. I'll just bring it just a little bit, because sometimes you might put a little too much. That's okay. You can fix that. So this is what it's looking like. Looks so much different from this brow. This is the brow that I haven't touched yet. This is what it looks like. This is the after. It's popping. Looks like, oh, she just got her eyebrows done. It looks nice. Nicely filled. That's the result you want. Now, normally for me, we're gonna do the same thing with the other eyebrow. So we already brushed it, but we could brush a little more. Then you want to go back in with your pomade and just fill it in the way you would like. Like I said, front part I brush up. Until I get the desired thickness that I want. I still want the front part of my eyebrow to look a little bit sparse. I want you to see in it. And then the remaining just fill in. Now this one is my struggle brow, so I might have to do a little more filling in on this one because it's already thin and it doesn't match the thickness of the other one. So this one you might have to do, I have to do a little more. If you have that problem, you might have to fill it in a little more. For me, I like more natural brows. I don't want my eyebrow to look like two big bricks. It's like you can't see through it at all. Some people like that look. I mean, I guess if you're doing a full face of makeup, it might look okay, but typically I don't do full faces of makeup. So this tutorial, say if you are a person who doesn't wear full faces of makeup or makeup all the time, but you want your eyebrows to look snatched, because anybody knows if your eyebrows look snatched, it makes your face look totally different. It makes your face look 10 times better. So you can do this tutorial and not put anything else in your face, and it will still look natural, and you will still look snatched. I was like, I do this all the time. Now, if I was going out, I might put a little more makeup, like some concealer under my eyes, and set it so everything pops. But just the everyday, we're not doing that. So, again, you just want to... Gotta get these braids out of the way. Alright, so you just want to trace it. Just outline it. And if you did have sparse hairs, this is the time you would cover them up. And you might have to use a little more concealer, so that's okay. You just dip back into your concealer and fill it in. Like I said, this brow is the struggle brow. It doesn't really have too much of a good shape, so I have to do a little more on this one. And this is my right brow, so this one I gotta do a little bit more. So sometimes with this one, you know, you put it in and I might see, okay, I don't like the way the shape is looking, so then I could go back, filling in just a little bit more to give it an even shape that I want. And that's okay too. And that would just be your guide. And if you mess up, you could just use the concealer to fix it. Yeah, so I gotta get closer so I can see. Cause it has like a little dip, and I don't like the way that dip looks. So I just wanna put a little bit more on it. So again, the bottom half, and if you still have product, you can wipe it off. But the bottom half, like I said, you just drag down. Gonna blend this part with your lid. This part, a little more. Drag it down. And I might actually do some more eyebrow tutorials on other people who have different brows than me, because everybody has different needs, you know. So, you know, your needs may not be 100% the same as mine, but just to give you an idea that this works on anybody. So like that top, just blend up. If you feel like you put too much, you can use your finger just to blend it. But this is what your eyebrows look like. That's what your eyebrows is looking like. It looks 20 times better. On the camera, I don't know. Let me see. Is it really giving on the camera? What you guys think? This is the end result.
It's a day in the life of DC.
Keep watching and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.